In the world of science fiction, there is one hotly debated question. Which company is better, Marvel Comics or DC Comics? Now, both of these comics deal with superheroes, but the question is, which one is better? DC started out the massive comic book age, and then Marvel quickly followed, and then surpassed them. DC's problem is that they use too many aliens in it, except for the occasional exceptions such as Batman. Most of their superheroes are aliens, such as Superman, Green Lantern's associated with aliens, and Wonder Woman. But the Avengers are more human. The Marvel is more human. Think of Spider-Man, the Hulk, Iron Man. They're all human, except for the exception of course, there's always some exceptions, such as Thor. But Marvel has more human characters, making it more relatable to the reader, and therefore making it more interesting. Also, the different aspects of both of them. DC came up with this topic called the Justice League. The Justice League is a combination of some of the most powerful superheroes in the DC world. However, to fight evil, their enemy, they have to collaborate with each other and get organized and do everything. However, in the Marvel universe, the League is called the Avengers. The Avengers are very unorganized, and they constantly fight each other. But at the end of the day, they come together and they can fight together against a common enemy very quickly. This makes the Marvel storyline much more interesting than the DC. Also, the characters' lives are different. In DC, the characters are basically invincible gods that eventually die, making it unrealistic and stupefying to the reader. However, in the Marvel universe, the characters are mostly human and have many inner battles within themselves and with others. Therefore, their deaths are much more realistic than in DC. And both of them are supposed to be known for superheroes. However, DC is not. When you think of DC, you're more likely to think of their villains, such as Bane, the Joker, V for Vendetta, and there's several others. However, when you think of Marvel, you think of superheroes. Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, all the X-Men. They're just much more known for the superheroes, making it more intriguing because you can't have a strong storyline without the main character. And also the movies by both companies. Marvel's movies are much more developed than DC's. Marvel had a collaboration to have the Avenger movie. To get to the point of the Avenger movie, there are 4 other movies leading up to it, making this huge collaboration, making it way more interesting and way more suspenseful. However, all the DC movies that have came out so far have no collaboration with each other at all. And also the Iron Man versus Batman. Iron Man and Batman are almost the same characters, so it makes sense that their storyline would almost be the same. However, when the third one of each comes out, the storyline is practically identical. Different villains in different circumstances, but the storyline is almost identical. Iron Man 3 script was written first, therefore DC just copped off of them and made the Batman. Yet another version is the Spider-Man. Spider-Man is Marvel, and it's actually very interesting. Spider-Man is probably the lowest level of the Marvel superheroes. However, when they came out with the movie, it was actually very interesting. About on the same level is the Green Lantern in DC. Green Lantern movie had poor production and was not a very good storyline. It just all around did not work. Therefore, Marvel is better in most accounts. There's a plethora of different things that I won't go into right now, but that is why Marvel is better than DC.